Hello and a warm welcome back to the Celtic Forever podcast, where on today's show we're going to discuss a fantastic win for Celtic over St Johnstone at the weekend, 4-0 win for Celtic over St Johnstone. We're going to talk about the 2-week draw, Motherwell against Rangers, and the 13 minutes of injury time added on as well. We're going to go through a disallowed goal for Motherwell also, and various other stuff that happened over the weekend. So don't forget to smash that subscribe button, hit that like button as well, and share with your friends. Okay folks, let's do this. Hello everybody, welcome to the Celtic Forever podcast. What a busy weekend it was, wasn't it? Brilliant weekend. Celtic extending the lead to 14 points at the top of the league with Ibrox coming up. You couldn't ask for better, John, could you? Outstanding weekend again, same as the Boxing Day. Just the festive period's been quite good, hasn't it?
It's been amazing. Aye, it's been really good. So it could be a wee bit better though if the referees didn't cheat yesterday at Fir Park.
Yeah, John, I'm going to start with that actually. Let's start with that because it does affect us. We could have been 15 points ahead at the top of the league instead of only been 14. So let's start with that, John. I was listening to Radio Scotland yet again, John. My good friends over at Radio Scotland unanimously agreed that the goal should have been disallowed, right? So the whole panel on Sunday agreed that the goal should have been disallowed, and the panel was, let's run through it. Stephen Thompson agreed, Derek Ferguson agreed, Billy Dodds agreed, and Neil McCann all agreed, John, that the goal should have been disallowed. So the Rangers panel agreed that the goal should have been disallowed. I mean, why are the BBC getting away with this? You know, coming up with stupid statements when everybody acknowledges, and I mean everybody acknowledges, that the goal should have stood, John.
Why do they not just call themselves RFC? It's ridiculous. I've just listened to your lineup there, Dodds and all that. What a ridiculous lineup for it's supposed to be a balanced opinion off of pundits, all ex-Rangers players, and I don't understand that. But anyway, that's by the by. Never mind that. Look, I've analysed it. I don't know how many times. I've watched it in slow motion. I've slowed it down. I've recorded it myself. I've slowed it right down. Where's the infringement? Where is an infringement in that box? There's absolutely no infringement whatsoever. The goalkeeper just palms it into his own net and the goal's chopped off.
Yeah, basically Motherwell have been punished because Tony Watt stands his ground. He stands his ground and that's it. That he does nothing wrong whatsoever. He doesn't even jump for the ball. He just stands his ground. The goalkeeper, he misjudges the flight of the ball, let's be honest. He misjudges it and he palms the ball into his own net. It's a perfectly good goal when the game is, balanced at 2-1 with 15 minutes to go, John. And, 15 minutes to go at 3-1, you're thinking that's the game over, aren't you? But the referee and VAR and the wisdom chopped this one off, John. And talking about the referee and VAR, right, as if that wasn't bad enough, chop them off a perfect goal. I think they disallowed another goal for Motherwell, actually, but I've not looked at that one yet.
Tony Watt, aye?
Yeah, another one disallowed. I'm not sure what happened with that, but this was the main one that stood out, wasn't it? So as I say, but apart from the goal being disallowed to guarantee Motherwell the 3 points and put us 15 points clear at the top of the table going into Ibrox, John, the referee added on 13 minutes of injury time in the second half in this one and 6 minutes of injury time in the first half. You've got to remember that in the first half Rangers was losing 2-0. She's added on an extra 6 minutes. I don't know where this time came from because I did see one VAR incident, with the disallowed goal and the VAR incident for the second disallowed goal, John, which took a total of about a minute and a half, right? Then your sub. So say 4.5 minutes should have been added on. 13 minutes, John, added on in the second half, 6 minutes in the first half, which is a grand total of 19 minutes of injury time added on, John. It's absolutely ridiculous. I've never seen 13 minutes added on. Let's put it that way, John. I've never seen it in my life. unless there's been something serious happened in the game, and they've had to add it on. Maybe somebody's been down for 10 minutes or whatever, had to go off, stretchered, whatever, John, something like that. But, for a nothing to happen in this game apart from a couple of VAR decisions, John, 19 minutes overall, what do you think of that?
I never seen the game, so I can't comment on injuries and all that stuff. But I'll take your word for it. A lot of people in comments on videos are talking about it. Where did the time come from? But we can only keep saying we can only ask the officials where the times came from, because clearly, by what I've seen and heard, there should be a maximum of about 3 minutes added on at the end of the second half.
Yeah, that's it, John. Maybe 4 at a push because of the substitutes as well. There was no injuries. There was 2 VAR checks. That was it, John. I don't know. I mean, the referee initially added on 10 minutes, but in his wisdom added on a further 3 just for good measure. Desperate for Rangers to get this winner, John. They're desperate for them to get a winner. But it didn't come, the winner, John. It didn't come. So it finished 2 each over at Fir Park. So well done to Motherwell getting their point. They're raging. They say they should have won the game. But that's their problem, John. We're quite happy with the draw. Puts us further ahead in the league table. And Celtic done the business against St Johnstone. We were going to get into that in a wee minute. The 4-0 win against St Johnstone at Celtic Park. Brilliant performance again, especially in the second half. But overall, it was a good performance, wasn't it, John, heading into Ibrox. And I think you get your score prediction right as well, John. That puts you ahead of me 2-1.
No, I never got my score prediction right, Sander. I says 3-0.
Right, John, I think maybe need to listen back because I'm sure he said 4-0. But if you don't want it, that's fine. That's fine, John.
No. I'll be honest. I never says 4-0, and I said 3-0 because I says I picked 4-0 for the last game, but we didn't do a podcast. I picked 4-0 for the Motherwell game. No, Motherwell. I predicted the right score for that, 4-0, but we never did a podcast, so it doesn't count.
Right, okay, it's trivial anyway, John. Doesn't matter. It's just a wee thing. But let's move on to the game then, John. Let's get into the big post-match reaction to the game. Celtic 4, St Johnstone 0. What a performance it was, John. Actually, before we go on, John, because I wanted to touch on another couple of wee things. As the referees have been announced for Ibrox, right? So anybody that's interested in this, everybody's interested in referees and officials, it's Don Robertson in the middle for Ibrox and Nick Walsh on the VAR. John, what do you think of that?
Just what I think of every other referees these games. I just hope they've got a bit of honesty about them and just referee the game the way it should be refereed, officiate it, sorry. That's all I can say. But I've no problem with any of the referees as long as they do a good, honest job.
Yeah, that's it, John. I'm totally in agreement with you there because, to be honest, I think the referees have been okay this season. And I'm just being honest. I think they've been okay. I think the referee on Saturday at the Celtic game was quite good. He let the game flow, didn't he? I can't remember who it was. I had done it on the preview, but I can't remember who it was. But he let the game flow anyway, whoever it was, John. So he's done a decent job. That's your ref watch for the Celtic game. John, we other wee bit of news, John. Celtic are, I think, beginning talks with Casper to sign an extension to his contract, John. They've obviously got that, clause in his contract that he can have him for another year. So Celtic have started discussions. So that's brilliant news, isn't it?
Aye. He's one of the players that you definitely want on board for next season as well. Great keeper, isn't he, Casper? Just out of this world. Aye, I totally welcome that, aye.
Yeah, just gets better with age, Casper, doesn't he? Outstanding goalkeeper. What a signing for Brendan Rodgers, got to say as well, John. So the ball's rolling with that anyway, John. Let's move on. Just a wee quick bit of news going into the Ibrox game, John, before we get to this big post-match reaction. A big wee bit of news. Rangers have we've heard it all before, mind you, but Rangers have a defensive crisis going into this one, John. So it looks as though Proper is going to be out injured for this one. It looks as though Lawrence is going to be injured for this one. Sometimes he plays at the back, so he's out as well. Balogun is also out of this one, John, with his injury picked up against Motherwell, I think it was, or the game before St Mirren, can't remember. And John Souttar is also out of this one, John. So that's 4 of the main centre backs out. The only one real centre back.
Aye, we'll see what happens on Thursday. don't believe anything till I see it. We know what Rangers are like. They lie about injuries, and lo and behold, when that game comes around, they'll have a full squad to pick from, guaranteed. I think John Souttar, I think he's probably legitimately injured. He might be out for a wee while.
Yeah, that's it. But anyway, that's what's making the headlines today. By the way, John, do you think Motherwell should ask for the game to be replayed?
Aye, definitely. Aye, certainly. Rangers would do that, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Look, we're only joking, of course. The game's never going to get replayed, but what I seen yesterday, that goal that was chopped off, it's the worst I've ever seen in terms of VAR decisions. If VAR looked at that and deemed that there was an infringement in the box, it's unbelievable. I don't know what replay they were watching. Tony Watt's goal that he scored, fraction offside maybe, very marginally offside from the one angle I seen. But sometimes these angles don't tell the whole story, you know. But Tony Watt scored a nice finish as well. It was chopped off for marginally offside, like a shoelace offside.
Yeah, never seen that one, John. I only concentrated on the one that everybody's going on about. So I'll have a wee look at that, John. I will have a look at that, and we'll maybe talk about that in the next podcast. But moving on, we've got the annual Jota rumour. Rennes don't want him. They want him out of the club in January. He's just not done it since he signed for Rennes in the summer. So it'd be a bargain deal, John. Celtic would get him cheap. Celtic are looking for wingers just now, aren't they? Jota is available. Maybe with the Bernabei deal going through in January as well, John, would free up some money. Do you think this one's at all possible, or is it just trash talk?
Aye, I think it's trash talk. I can't see Jota ever coming back to Celtic. The wages are too high for a start. He'll be on astronomical wages. He's not going to want to take a massive wage cut like that, and unless he feels at home at Celtic. Maybe he's missing Celtic. I know he loves Celtic. He might be missing Celtic. He might be prepared to take a massive wage cut to join Celtic. But what's going to be the transfer fee if that's the case? Because Celtic get very good money for him, didn't they? 25 million again, I think it was.
Yeah, of course, John. It was a brilliant deal Celtic got out of that. I'm just looking at Jota's wages, John, at Rennes. That's how you look at it. It makes for interesting reading. Celtic could possibly afford his wages because he's on 40,000 a week at Rennes, so Celtic would need to at least half that. At least half that if they had a chance of signing Jota. He's unsettled there, John. He's definitely on the way out. But because he used to play for Celtic, he's a decent winger. He's always going to be linked, isn't he?
He's always going to be linked, but I just can't. Again, like Kieran Tierney, I don't think any of the deals will happen. I can't see it. We've got a lot of good wingers at Celtic anyway. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's get into the big post-match reaction then, John. What a weekend. What a Sunday it was. It really was. It was brilliant. You could just tell with the atmosphere as well, John, that something was going to happen. And then, when we went in 1-0 up at half-time against St Johnstone, everybody knew at that point that Rangers were getting beat 2-0 over at Fir Park, John. The atmosphere was brilliant. The fans were on a high. Every single fan was on a high. It was just brilliant. Everybody had smiles on their faces. And I thought it was interesting as well. I don't know if you've seen this, but I put the wee video on Facebook, my highlights on Facebook, as I always do. I put it on YouTube as well, by the way, if anyone wants to see it. But it was big scales, Cameron Carter-Vickers and another Celtic player. I can't remember who the third one was. I think it was, who was it that came on for Johnston? Ralston. The three defenders were standing, looking at the scoreboard, waiting on the Rangers result coming in. Instead of celebrating winning 4-0 against St Johnstone, they were waiting on the final result at Fir Park. Did you see that, John?
I did see that. Aye.
It was quite funny. It's quite funny. They're all straight faced. So it's quite funny.
Aye, that's funny, but it shows you. But the Celtic players know if Rangers drop points, Celtic can afford to lose this game on Thursday. They know that they can afford to lose that. But that said, this Celtic team, they're not going to want to go to Ibrox and lose that game. They know Rangers are going to be, a bit downhearted, shall we say, with that result against Motherwell and the one with St Mirren. So that's kind of knocked the stuffing out of them a wee bit. But the Celtic players know now that they can go into that game, even if we drop points. Worst case scenario, we leave Ibrox 11 points ahead in the league. It's a massive gap, Xander.
It's brilliant, John. It's absolutely tremendous what's going on. It really is. And I think, I don't know, will Clement get sacked if Celtic beat Rangers? It's tremendous. If Celtic beat Rangers, what would that make it? 17 points clear at the top of the league. I just cannot wait to Thursday to see what happens there. Worst case scenario, John, possibly a draw still keeps us 14 cleared into it, but we'll get into that a wee bit more in detail when we do the preview of the Glasgow Derby. A wee quick word on the competition, actually, John. We had a winner this week, believe it or not. We've not had one for weeks. We had 2 correct entries. We had David Tate over on Facebook, who got it right, 4-0 in Kyogo, and Fatboy 1967 from YouTube, John, also got it right. Done the draw earlier. Fatboy wins it, John. Fatboy 67. I've contacted him for his metal wall plaque. He's not replied yet. So if you're listening, Fatboy, get in touch with us on the YouTube messages and send us a private message over on Messenger with your address. We'll get that sent out to you, pal. Well done for getting the correct score and a goal scorer. And well done to David Tate over on Facebook as well. Just unlucky in the draw.
Aye, he says YouTube messages. Get in touch on the Facebook messages, Fatboy, Xander meant. So I send Xander a message on Messenger. You know the Facebook site, what's it called? Xander John. Just look up Xander John on Facebook. Get in touch with Xander. And well done in winning your prize, Fatboy, and unlucky to David Tate.
Yeah, unlucky, David. But even if you can contact us on YouTube as well, let us know that you're wanting your prize, so that I can get it ready for you and get it ready for the postage and send us your address over on Messenger. That would be great. Fatboy 1967, congratulations. Right, John, let's just hit on the main parts of the game against St Johnstone on Sunday, because there was quite a few, so I've got a wee bit to get through. There's a few misses. A 1-on-1 miss by Engels. We'll move on. We had Engels hitting the side net as well. A couple of chances for Engels, who, by the way, is getting better and better with every game as far as I'm concerned. But the first goal came from Nicholas, didn't it? Hatate assist. Nicholas runs inside, puts it to the wrong side of the keeper. Beautiful run and finish from Nicholas Kuhn. Left-footed into the net. 1-0 Celtic, 30th minute. It's crowded in raptures, John, but that was a beautiful goal for Nicholas yet again. What a winger he's turning out to be for Celtic after a very slow start.
Aye, fantastic. Aye. You see him trying them runs. He's always trying that run, taking on the whole Motherwell team before smashing it into the net. Aye, some player, some signing, Nicholas Kuhn, the German Paddy Roberts.
The German Paddy Roberts. He is, isn't he? Although he's a far better player than Paddy Roberts, I think, personally. But
I agree, me as well.
Yeah, he does look like him though, doesn't he? He does. But that's 1-0. Brilliant finish from Nicholas. Nice individual goal from Nicholas there, left-footed by the keeper. He actually puts he sends keeper the wrong way, which I've never seen before in a open play goal. Anyway, 1-0 up, John. We'll have another outstanding shot from Nicholas. There's a curler, the left foot yet again, John. But what a save from this boy, Ray, in goal for St Johnstone. But 18 yards out, John, tipped round the post. This wasn't one from the cameras. This was a decent save and a decent shot from Nicholas.
Aye, decent save. But the shot obviously very reminiscent of the game against Leipzig when he scored. Very similar.
Yeah, of course it is, John. He was unlucky. It was just a great stretch and reach from this goalkeeper, Ray, from St Johnstone, who had a decent game, by the way, although he conceded 4 goals, but he did have a decent game, that boy. Kept Celtic boys out of quite a few times, actually. It was reminiscent of that, John. Very similar. But that's the first half anyway, John. That's more or less your highlights. 1-0 up, But the big thing at this point was Rangers losing 2-0, wasn't it?
Aye, definitely, aye. I never knew what the score was. I could hear the Celtic fans singing right enough, so aye, there you go. Aye, Rangers 2-0 down, Celtic 1-0 up. aye, Celtic fans were getting excited at this point.
Yeah. As was I. As was I, to be honest with you. It was brilliant. It's just brilliant being a Celtic supporter just now, John, isn't it? Absolutely tremendous. Okay, into the second half then, John, we had the offside goal for Kyogo, didn't we? That was offside. Like it was just offside, but as you say, offside is offside. But what I did notice about this offside goal, John, decent finish, by the way, for the wee man, but how far back do you have to go on VAR to claim for an offside? I mean, this was a good 30 seconds or something before the ball hit the net. You know, how far back can you actually go before you chop a goal off, you know? But he was offside at that point, you know, maybe about 30 seconds before the ball hit the net. I just think, you know, what phases of play, all this nonsense, you know. It was a good goal, but okay, they went back to 30 seconds, John, and they saw an offside and they've cut it off, so that's fair enough, I suppose.
Aye, how far back do you need to go? Well, apparently about 30 seconds.
As far back as you need to go to chop a goal off for Celtic.
Aye, well, it could go as far back as 10 minutes for all we know. I really don't know, but aye. Like you say, what phase of play it counts? How far back do you need to go? But there you go. Apparently, it's 30 seconds.
Right, okay, fair enough. It's chopped off. But it didn't demoralise the boys because a few minutes later, it was 8 minutes later actually, we get the training ground corner goal. It was a lovely goal actually, wasn't it, John? Nice wee goal. But it's Kyogo, John. It's good to see wee Kyogo on the score sheet, isn't it? It was actually a lovely goal, actually, John, when you think about it. It was a sort of chip over the top again, wasn't it? As Bernardo has his chance, keeper saves it, breaks to Kyogo. He flings his head at it. Beautiful fling, wasn't it? He ends up the back of the net himself. It's brilliant, the wee man. It's just good to see the wee man on scoring form again, John. 2-0 Celtic.
Aye, take them all. Aye, it's a nice finish from Kyogo. He's brave enough putting his head in front of everything. So aye, good finish. Well done, the wee man. And like you says, it's great to see the wee man getting back on the score sheet again. Yeah, I thought he was brilliant yesterday.
Yeah, just in time for the big trip over to Govan, John. So, or as somebody said on the Facebook page, it's no Govan, it's Ibrox. But anyway, we're no split hairs. So, yeah,
Oh,
just in time for.
Ibrox is in Govan, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. No, John, it's the South Celtic Parkhead argument, isn't it? People that live in these places get offended by these sort of things. But anyway, John, let's get into the third goal because this was another nice goal, assist from Arnie Engels, who had another decent game, John. And it's more or less straight to the toe of Kyogo, but what a cross from Arnie Engels. Right on the toe of Kyogo for about 6 yards out, 7 possibly. Rattles it into the net, John. The wee man, right time, right place, beautiful finish. Game's over, 3-0 Celtic, total cruise control. Everybody's eyes are over at Fir Park at this point.
Aye, exactly, aye. A great ball in from Arnie Engels, like he says, but Kyogo, right time, right place, and smashes it into the net. Aye, it's good to see Kyogo getting on form just before a big derby match. So, aye, he's a dead cert to start on Thursday.
Yeah, that's it, John. That's it. Right, so we can all take a deep breath after that because the game's finished. Motherwell put up a decent fight in the first half, and St Johnstone. How mixed up, by the way, am I about the days and the fixtures? You know, it's just everything's been coming thick and fast, isn't it? So St Johnstone, John, we can all take a deep breath. The game's finished. But they did put up a decent wee fight in the first half, St Johnstone, to be fair to them.
Aye, I thought they played better than Motherwell. I thought they handled the game okay. I think maybe I was going to say 4-0, maybe flatter Celtic, but it doesn't really. Celtic vastly, they were in control of that whole game, Celtic. So, but Motherwell, I think, no, Motherwell, St Johnstone, I'm the same as you, getting mixed up here. I think St Johnstone definitely performed better than Motherwell. Not quite as defensive. They brought in some subs that, you know, they had a lot of pace, big strong boys up front as well. So I thought St Johnstone were okay.
Yeah, fair play to them. They came and had a go. They just, you know, they're not good, just not good enough against the champions at Paradise. So, okay, let's wrap it up then, John. Let's move on. We had the subs that made Engels off for McGregor. McGregor gets a wee 20 odd minute run out. Then Kuhn comes off for Maeda. Was it Maeda that came on? Yeah, Maeda came on, and Ida came on for Kyogo. So he's ringing the changes here. He's thinking about Ibrox at this point, into John. And later on, Johnston came off for Ralston as well, didn't he? But let's get to the fourth goal then, John. And it's Dyson, isn't it? And he's no long on the park, John. Dyson no long on the park for Nicholas Kuhn. And it's a nice wee finish, John. It's a nice wee ball from Bernardo to assist. And Dyson runs into the box at a slight angle and puts it round the keeper. Lovely, John. Nice wee finish for Dyson. He's having a brilliant season, Dyson Maeda, but that just puts the cherry on the icing on the top of the cake, John, for us. 4-0. Nice and convincing win just before we go to Ibrox.
Aye, very nice finish from Dyson, that one. I enjoyed that one. Always, for some reason, love it when Dyson scores a goal. It's just, it's a really good sight to see Dyson putting the ball in it. He's good for 15, 20 goals a season, the wee man, isn't he?
Yeah, he's brilliant. I don't know what age Dyson is now. Is he 28 now, Dyson? Just hope he's here for a long, long time, because he's a major part of our success right now, John. He really is.
I think he's 26, Sander.
Is he 26? Right, good. So there's a few years left in him. Get him on I don't know if he's signed an extension. If he's not, get him on an extension to his contract and let him retire at the club, because he loves it here. We love him. It's a match made in heaven, John. We Dyson Maeda, brilliant. Tavernier have nightmares about Maeda every night of the week, didn't he? So, okay, let's wrap up then, John. There's not really much more to talk about in this one. The game just phases out, didn't it? The last 20 minutes or so, it phases out. A couple of wee chances here and there, but nothing really to speak of. But, John, final whistle goes 4-0. Very comfortable, as I said it a couple of times. Thinking about Ibrox, we're all thinking about Ibrox now. That's on the forefront of all of our minds, isn't it? Going over to Govan to face Rangers. We can now talk about it, John, now that all the other games are out the roads. It's the next big game. We'll get to the 1 to 10 individual scorings and the man in the match in a minute. But can you imagine, John, if we go to Ibrox, there's no better feeling going to Ibrox and winning, is there? It's absolutely beautiful. But to go there and go 17 points clear would be absolutely amazing, John. I don't know what the allocation is for Celtic. I don't know if that's been confirmed yet. I think it's 0, isn't it? I think there's 0 fans, because we didn't let any Rangers fans in at Celtic Park because their stadium wasn't ready. So I don't think there's going to be any Celtic fans at Ibrox.
Definitely not. No. Dyson's 27, by the way. He's just turned 27 in October. No, I don't think Celtic. No, I know for a fact Celtic won't have any fans, because that's the way Rangers work, isn't it?
Yeah.
They started the whole mess. They should be the ones to end it. They should be saying, look, we started this mess. We'll end it. We'll let your fans back in, and that'll be us. You can let us back in at Celtic Park. But like we keep saying, I'm happy to have it 0-0 for the rest of the time. I don't care.
Yeah. It would just be nice to see some fans there if we do beat them. But it doesn't matter, John. It's even better when there's no fans there, because the silence is deafening, and it really is, and it's brilliant.
The way I look at that, Xander, is they started the mess, but the first time fans are allowed back in is at Celtic Park. So Celtic's got to end it when you look at it that way.
Yeah, that's right. Because the next round of fixtures, Celtic play them at Celtic Park, don't we? So, yeah, there were Rangers fans there. I don't know how many. How many has it been announced? How many is it? I don't know, 10% or something of the stadium. So that'd be but that's I don't know. I'm not sure, John. I don't think it's as much as 6,000, is it? Is it maybe 5%? I'm not sure.
I can't remember what the percentage is, but I know Celtic for Ibrox they're allowed 1,200 fans or something like that for the next time we go there. No this week.
Yeah.
But so Rangers will be allowed probably about 1,600 for Celtic Park.
Yeah, okay. Right, I didn't realise it was that low. Right, okay. Fair enough, then. All right, John, let's get back into the big post-match reaction. We'll get into, by the way, Ibrox a lot more in the preview in a couple of days, folks. So keep your eyes open and your ears open for that, and turn on your notification bell for the next podcast. But Individual player scoring, John. There wasn't a man that played badly in this one, I don't think. Just wiped the floor. Bottom of the league, I suppose. And you've got to take that into account as well. Bottom of the league, St Johnstone. But they're battling for a point, John. They need points desperately. But 1 to 10 individual player scorers, John. What's your thoughts?
I thought you were just going to get into the Rangers game, but Casper had nothing to do really. 7 for Casper as usual, clean sheet. Carter Vickers 8.
Sorry, John. There's a couple of quick passes for Casper, but no, they were lovely, weren't they? I mean, pinpoint accuracy for Casper Schmeichel when he's trying to get the attacks going quickly. That was quite nice for Casper, so I think he deserves his 7.
Aye, it had nothing to do really in regards to saves, but he was okay. He played all right. He played like a sweeper keeper. Clean sheet. Can only give him a 7.
Yeah, fair dues.
Carter Vickers 8. Thought the big man was solid yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Liam Scales, might as well just sling an 8 onto him as well. He played most of the game and halfway up the St Johnstone half.
Yeah.
So 8 for big Liam as well. Alistair Johnson, he looked okay yesterday. 7.5 for Alistair.
Yeah.
Alex Valley, give him an 8. Thought he was okay. He was really good. Paulo Bernardo 7. Arne Engels 8. So Arne again played another blinding game.
Yeah.
Rio Hatate 7. Up front, I think with Kyogo, you've got to give Kyogo an 8, haven't you, for his 2 goals?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe an 8.5, 2 goals. 8.5, 2 goals. Played well. His usual closing down and all that stuff. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yang, I didn't think he was that bad. I thought he was okay. Again, trying too hard sometimes, I think. Yang, I'll give him a 6.5.
Okay, right, okay.
Who started on the left again?
Yang and Kuhn, John.
Kuhn, Nicholas Kuhn, of course, he gets subbed. Nicholas Kuhn, for his finish and his. I thought Nicholas was outstanding yesterday. I'm giving Nicholas a 9. I thought he was out of this world.
Yeah, what a player. Before we get to our man of the matches, then I'll quickly run through mine. Casper gets a 7, the same as you, John, because his distribution again, all round good goalkeeper, isn't he? Cameron and Big Skills 8 both get an 8, same as yourself. We've got Alistair gets a 7.5. Didn't last the full game, but played well. Alex Valley, John, he does get an 8 for me, but I see similarities in both Taylor and Alex Valley, John. I think both of them are very similar players. Callum gets an 8. Thought he played well. No, Callum. Bernardo, sorry, played well. I thought he played really well in that holding role. Then we had Arnie, gets an 8.5. Thought he's getting better at every single game, John. He really is. Rio, 7. Yang, John, I thought he played brilliant on the left. I thought he played really well. When he went over to the right again, John, he sort of fell away. He lasted the full game, Yang, didn't he? So for his performance on the left, John, I'm going to give him an 8. I thought he was decent, very decent. Kyogo gets an 8.5 for his 2 goals, and Kuhn gets a 9. John, I just think he's unplayable just now. What a player Kuhn is. Just hope he lasts the full season injury free. That's all we can hope for, isn't it? Right, John, man of the match, what are you thinking?
Yang was on the left yesterday. My apologies, I was trying to remember who was. I'm just imagining Yang on the right, but obviously he switched over to the right when Dyson came on.
Yeah.
So I was getting confused there. Apologies, but Nicholas Kuhn. What can you say about Nicholas Kuhn? My man of the match, without doubt, goes to Nicholas Kuhn. And I'm very surprised that, Arne Engels won man of the match. It was a close thing, mind you, but if you're overlooking Nicholas Kuhn's performance and giving the man of the match to Engels, there's something wrong with you. Nicholas Kuhn, like you say, is unplayable, outstanding. All day, my man of the match.
Yeah, and I think McCowan came on for Engels eventually as well, didn't he? I forgot to mention that sub. But yeah, John, deserved man of the match there for Nicholas. For me, it was between Engels, Yang, believe it or not. I thought he was very decent, but Engels had 2 assists, John, you got to remember, and Kuhn was just unplayable, as I say. And then you've got Kyogo as well. It's hard, isn't it? When everybody plays so well, it's really difficult. Just to be different, John, I'll give it to Kyogo for his 2 goals. I thought his 2 finishes were brilliant. And he done a lot of other stuff in the game as well, didn't he? So I'll give it to Kyogo. All right, John. That wraps up the big preview. Big post-match reaction. That's it. 14 points clear at the top of the league. We're going to Ibrox on a high. Rangers are on a low. If we couldn't ask for any more, John, to be honest with you.
No, but these games are different. Totally different.
Yeah, we'll have a wee look at what the bookmakers think nearer the time, John, in a day or two. But as it stands, John, I just couldn't be happier. I really couldn't. So let's run through some results over the weekend, John. Right, there was a few interesting ones, wasn't there? Another one for Hibs, 1-0 win against Kilmarnock. That was decent after Kilmarnock beating Aberdeen 4-0. So decent win for Hibs. They're on a wee bit of a roll. Motherwell 2, Rangers 2. Disgraceful from the referees and the officials in that one, adding on all that injury time and disallowing 2 Motherwell goals. But it's still 2 points dropped for them, isn't it? So happy days there. Ross County 2, Hearts 2, John. That was a funny one, wasn't it? The 2-0 Hearts were leading with 6 minutes of injury time on the clock. It was still 2-0 to Hearts, and the Ross County get 2 late goals. John, did you hear that one?
No, I never heard that one. I heard that I watched a wee bit of the Aberdeen against Dundee United game. That was the only game I watched. Another wee bit, but no, that's a good result for Ross County, isn't it? If they were 2-0 down and bringing it back to 2 each.
Brilliant. I mean, Hearts are more or less rock bottom alongside St Johnstone, but they get their point there, I suppose. But they were 2-0 up with, I don't know, seconds to go. 6 minutes of injury time were already played. Okay, moving on. St Mirren 1, Dundee 2 after St Mirren beat the Rangers. That's a shocker for me. Dundee bounced back with a 2-1 win at St Mirren Park. So well done, Dundee, I suppose. And the one you spoke about, John, Dundee United 1, Aberdeen 0. Aberdeen have just lost the plot altogether. They're gone. They're finished. They could have leapfrogged Rangers into second, but they bottled that. Dundee United scoring in a few minutes of injury time, at the 3rd minute, 4th minute of injury time, maybe, I don't know. But a good win for Dundee United, John. They're on a roll as well.
Aye, they're sitting 4th in the league, so I don't think it'll be long before they overtake Aberdeen. Dundee United, anti-football against Celtic, wasn't it? Part of the bus, the big tangerine bus, parked on the 18-yard line. I just can't stand that kind of stuff. At least try and have a go. But Dundee United against Aberdeen's a wee bit of a derby, isn't it? It's a kind of, they used to call it the new derby. But aye, Aberdeen fans throwing missiles at the Dundee United bench.
Oh, well, they are. Used to be called the New Firm Derby, wasn't it, John? Maybe that's what you call the Glasgow Derby, though. Now, John, the New Firm. But anyway, who cares, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's a bit of a shock at Aberdeen fans throwing missiles. That's the first I've heard that, John. That's quite bad, isn't it? They've just lost the plot altogether. What a chance to leapfrog Rangers into second after all the bad results, and then come away with yet another defeat. Right, John, Bruni watch, nothing each against Morton, snooze fest, nothing each, 1 point for Bruni, so he's still in the playoff position after Falkirk's 3-3 drop with Dunfermline, so Bruni's still in a decent position there, so keep it going, Bruni, that's all we can say. A wee look at our next opponents in the Champions League, Young Boys, John. I was wondering why they hadn't played, so they're actually in the middle of a winter break just now. They've got a 4-week winter break, and they play 3 days before they play us. That's their next game, John. They play in the league 3 days before they play Celtic in Glasgow. So Young Boys they'll have a 4-week rest by the time they play Celtic. All right, John. A couple of other wee things. Biggest defeat of the week. We do this on a weekly basis. Biggest defeat of the week. Pirates 8, Gallants 1. That's from South Africa, John. So an 8-1 win for Pirates. So Gallants gets that crown, John. Biggest defeat of the week. Biggest losers of the week. That's it. No renewing my season book for Gallants, John. That's it. No chance. I'm finished with them. I think there was also a 7-0 win for Glasgow City over Dundee United in midweek as well. So that was quite a big loss for Dundee United there as well. Right, John, that wraps it up. If you want to run through some comments, I'm not sure if you want to do that. It's up to you, buddy. But you know, I would imagine the Celtic supporters on the comments will be over the moon with the way things are going just now.
And why not? It's also beautiful as the song goes. But well, I thought we were going to do a post-match Rangers game, but never mind, because I never had the comments ready there. But I'll get them up, Xander.
No, aye. What we're going to do, John, is totally focus on that one game alone. So we'll do a separate podcast for that if you don't mind, buddy. What day is it today? Sunday, the game's on Thursday. So we'll probably do that on Tuesday or Wednesday, John. Tomorrow or Wednesday, we'll do a separate podcast for that because that needs our full attention, I think.
Aye, well, don't forget it's actually Monday, Xander. I know everybody's all over the place with what day it is and what team we were playing. It's everybody's heads all over the place. It's Monday right now, so we've got a couple of days left before this big derby match. But
aye, we'll probably do it on New Year's Day, John. We'll do it on the Wednesday, I think, and that's a perfect build-up, perfect time to do the big preview of the Glasgow derby, John. So I just want to give it our full attention. We'll just talk about that and nothing else.
Well, I'll tell you, I only knew it was Monday because when I looked at the window this morning, I seen the postman.
I know.
You know what I mean? Everybody's all over the place this time of year, forgetting what day it is. But,
yeah, and there's 2 weeks of that, isn't it? We have that for 2 weeks, you know, over the Christmas and New Year. It's unbelievable, isn't it? You know, even it's Monday, John, and the roads are dead, you know, very quiet. So it's just everything's upside down just now.
Aye, anyway, let's go on with some comments. Martin Nichol, Hector's brother, of course.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Martin, we always say that. I don't know why, but there you go, Hector. He says, love this podcast. Keep it up, boys. Thanks for that, Martin.
Yeah, Martin, cheers, pal. Cheers for the comments, buddy. Turn into a wee bit of regular, Martin, isn't he? So, yeah, keep the comments coming in, Martin. Appreciate that, pal.
All right, thanks, Martin. Next up was Roseanne. The big turnaround is happening right now. Celtic will get what they deserve. Champions title. Today's game, I'll say 3-0. Unlucky it was 4-0. Good to have you back, lads. All the best to the boys and the fans.
Yeah, that's it. It was a week before we were last on, wasn't it? So, yeah, 3-0. Very unlucky, wasn't it? There wasn't many entries for the competition, John. I didn't really advertise it the way I normally do. There was only maybe about, I don't know, 30 entries all together between Facebook and YouTube. So, I mean, out of the 30 entries, John, we managed to get 2 winners, or 2 correct entries, should I say. So well done, Fat Boy, for winning the prize.
Aye. 2 4-0 results in a row. When did that last happen?
Yeah, I mean, that's the difference, John, when you've got, I mean, we spoke about it most of the season, didn't we? All these away games, constant back-to-back away games sometimes. Then we get 2 games at home, John. Absolutely brilliant. Back-to-back 4-0 wins. Then we go to Ibrox. And then we've got another back-to-back home, a couple of home games, John. So that's us getting our payment for all those tricky away ties, John.
Aye, no, this is it, isn't it? We spoke about that through the season. Where's the Celtic home games? But thankfully, now we've got quite a few home games in a row. Ibrox, then we've got another 2 home games.
Yeah.
But Ibrox is a big one. I look forward to doing the preview of that one. Thanks for that, Roseanne.
Yeah, thanks, Roseanne. Keep the comments coming in, pal. Your comments are always welcome.
Absolutely. Peter Hendry, he says, I've only seen this Lennon Miller when he's played against Celtic, and I don't see what all the fuss is about him. I'm the same, Peter. I don't understand what the fuss is all about. He's a half-decent wee player, of course. But Celtic quality? I don't think so.
No, not going to happen, John. Not going to happen, as far as I'm concerned. I could be wrong, but for me, no. Not for me.
No, not for me either. He might end up at Celtic. I don't know. He's a young prospect, isn't he? But I'll keep agreeing with Stephen Craigan. Look somewhere else.
Yeah. You know, see, this Stephen Craigan's another one, isn't he? His anti-Celtic views, John. I mean, it doesn't matter, John. Moving on.
Aye, Stephen Craigan seems to have been around Scotland for a long time. Who else did he play for in Scotland? Was it just Motherwell? I can't remember.
only remember him playing for Motherwell, to be honest with you. What TV channel was it he was on with Big Chris Sutton? Remember the two of them were together? I can't remember who it was, but that was quite funny watching Craig and Big Chris Sutton.
BT Sports.
Was it BT? Yeah, so it was. Aye. That was quite funny.
Aye. I love Chris Sutton, of course, but Stephen Craig and I'm not that keen on him. Doesn't bother me as much as the other Blue Noses, but he doesn't bother me that much.
No, it doesn't bother me either. Just it's everything he says about Celtic is negative. Everything. He's not got a positive thing to say about Celtic. That's the one thing I've noticed about him. As you say, John, just like any other Rangers supporter, isn't it?
Aye, there's far too many Rangers supporters on the TV and the radio. You need to start diluting it a wee bit, get a few Celtic men on there.
Yeah, that's it. But it doesn't matter who's on it, John, as long as we keep winning titles and cups and trophies and, winning at Ibrox and Celtic Park against Rangers, nothing else matters.
No, nothing matters at all. Get wee Murdo McLeod back.
Wee Murdo was good, wasn't he? He was a good wee analyst, wasn't he? He was quite honest and open, Murdo. But I think his health reasons is the reason why he had to retire, wasn't it? So, yeah, he was good on Radio Scotland, Murdo, I've got to admit.
The only ones on Radio Scotland you've got Tim's Celtic fans or ex-Celtic players. Pat Bonner, of course. I'm not that keen on Pat Bonner, to be honest with you. No on Radio Scotland anyway. I loved him as a keeper, but I don't like him on that Radio Scotland. He seems to be a wee bit of a soup taker. Yeah,
John, he's obviously just trying to keep the hordes happy there, Pat Bonner. So you've got to remember who he's surrounded by as well. Rangers supporter after Rangers supporter, ex-players after ex-players. He's one of very few Celtic men on that channel.
James McFadden, is he on BBC? I know he was a Celtic fan when he was younger.
I think he's made a couple of fleeting guest appearances on it, John, but he's not one of the main analysts, I don't think, with James McFadden.
He's on Sky a lot, isn't he? But yeah. I know he is a Celtic fan. You can't be a Celtic fan when you were younger. Once a Celtic fan, always a Celtic fan.
Yeah, he was disgusted with that Motherwell result, wasn't he, John? He was disgusted with that 2-2 and that goal disallowed. I don't know if you saw that, but I saw it. He was raging with that, to be honest with you, James McFadden. And why wouldn't you be after seeing that, John? Disgusting.
He was a Motherwell legend, wasn't he? James McFadden, they loved him.
Yeah.
But Celtic fan, James McFadden.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving swiftly on. I knew his brother-in-law. That's how I knew that.
Yeah.
But anyway, Paul McEwen was up next. Thanks for that, Peter, by the way. Thanks, Peter.
Yeah, Peter, thanks very much. I think McFadden was linked with Celtic during his playing career as well, wasn't he, James McFadden? But it never ever quite happened for him, did it?
Aye, but his famous goal was that screamer against France, wasn't it? In France. I remember that for Scotland. He scored a wonder strike against France.
Yeah, he did.
I think it won us the game 2-1 against France and in France. So I think that's what he's famous for, that goal.
Yeah, I think he done most of his good work for Scotland, to be honest with you, John, didn't he? I think most of his big headlines were playing for Scotland, because he did quite well for Scotland, to be fair to him.
Aye, he did. He could be playing these days, James McFadden. Anyway, moving swiftly on, Paul McEwen, hail Celtic, and the Celtic women are well. Thanks for that, Paul.
Yeah, Paul, keep them coming in, pal. Good to hear from you, buddy.
Roseanne was in again. She says, I forgot again, Kyogo to score. Oh, Kyogo bagged the double, but you got your scoreline wrong, Roseanne.
Yeah, it's such a funny one, wasn't it? I mean, we could have got a lot more goals than 4, to be honest with you, but it's just a bit of fun, isn't it? Predictions, nobody knows. Nobody's got a clue, really. It could have been 8, could have been 2, could have, you just depends on your Donald Duck on the day. Celtic, the last 25 minutes, Celtic could have pushed for more, but they put the tools away, didn't they? So, yeah, we'll settle for the 4-0.
I'll settle for that all day. Take 1-0 with a penalty. As long as the 3 points are in the bag, I don't care. Kevin, thanks for that, Roseanne.
Cheers, Roseanne.
Kevin McKenna, he says, come on, boys, get this done today. Hail, 3-0 with Kyogo to score, same as Roseanne.
Yeah, that seems to be a popular trend. 3-0 Kyogo. You know, Kyogo couldn't go on forever not scoring, John. He had to get his goals eventually. He's too good a player. So hopefully that's his drought well and truly over and he starts banging in the goals as of Sunday, John, and moving forward as well, especially at Ibrox.
Aye, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Getting close, Sander. This is Monday, remember. A couple of days to go. The boys in green and white will be coming out that tunnel at 12 o'clock in the afternoon to a noisy Rangers support. Celtic showed to shut them up on Thursday. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, that's it, John. Obviously, they're going to be up for it. They need to win the game. They must win the game. But it's Celtic they're playing, John. It's no B or C team, Nice or a reserve Tottenham team they're playing. It's Glasgow Celtic's full strength.
Well, you can look at it two ways. They've got to win the game. They might go in with that attitude. We have got to win this game. Or they might go in with that attitude. We've got absolutely nothing to lose. We're not going to win the league. We might as well relax and play our football.
Yeah, well, you know, there's various ways you can look at it, isn't it, John? But I think they're under severe pressure, to be honest with you. But we'll get more into it on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. But they're under severe pressure, especially their manager, John. He loses this one. I thought he would have been sacked today, but he's still there. So if he loses this one on Thursday, John, it's curtains for him.
I thought he would be away as well after the Motherwell result, but he's still there. But they can't afford to sack him, so we'll see what happens. We'll keep our eye on that one after the Celtic game. Thanks for that, Kevin.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. Cheers for the comment, Bill.
Roseanne back in again. Celtic will do most signings in the summer window, guys. What do you think? Well, it's always the same, Roseanne, isn't it, for most teams? But I think Celtic will wait until the summer. I think we do need a couple of signings for the Champions League. To be honest with you, Roseanne, I think we do need a couple of signings for the Champions League. I think another right back in case Alistair gets injured, because I don't think Tony's up for it in the Champions League. I don't think he's Champions League level. I think Alistair maybe pips him there.
Yeah. Sorry, John. I think Tony just needs games, but as you say, we need quality for the Champions League, don't we? Ralston was brilliant in the last game he played, and then he gets dropped the next one, so he's not really getting a chance, Ralston, is he? But you can't really give him a chance when there's a player like Johnston in front of him, John, to be honest with you. So, you know, Ralston's hands are tied a wee bit, aren't they? He's just going to get fleeting game appearances. But yeah, I think we could be doing, I think I said a couple of weeks ago, actually, John, we could be doing with strengthening over at the right back position. So that's maybe somewhere where he's looking, but I think he's already said it's the forward line he wants to improve.
Aye, exactly, aye. We need another forward, but it depends if Adam Eder and Kyogo get their act together, you know, and both of them start banging in goals. But Kyogo's already started. Adam, where are you, son?
Yeah, Big Adam Eder, he's a bit of a dilemma. Big Adam, he's not the player he was last season, let's put it that way. But is that all down to game time as well, John? We kind of put everything down to game time, you know, but he'll come good eventually. I'm convinced that Big Adam Eder will come good eventually, John. Let's hope that starts on Thursday at Ibrox.
Aye. Well, I think Kyogo's going to start at Ibrox, so I think Eder will make a substitute appearance, and he's good for a goal against them as well.
Yeah, yes, of course, yes. Scored a couple already against them, so yeah, we'll wait and see. But yeah, I think Brendan will want to bring in a third striker, John.
I think so, aye. The only thing that Celtic defence need to worry about against Rangers is the Eggman. He banged in 2 goals yesterday. I think he's a half decent player, Eggman. Well, call him Eggman. You know who I'm talking about. So aye, Celtic defenders need to be on their game for the game with him up front. I think he's half decent, Xander.
Yeah, well, we need to be on our guard with every Rangers player, John, because they're going to be up for it. The Rangers team, as I said a couple of minutes ago, they need to win it. There's no option. They can't draw it. They can't lose it. They need to win it. So they're going to be up for it, John. So every one of the players is going to be up for it. But as I said, John, it's a different team they're playing. It's no Motherwell. It's no St Mirren. It's no, although St Mirren beat them, but it's no the teams they've been playing in Europe, especially, John, these soft teams they've been up against in Europe. It's Celtic, and it's a hungry Celtic. It's an on-form Celtic as well.
Aye, well, Celtic don't seem to fear going to Ibrox without any fans. They seem to actually play better. So, aye. Anyway, let's move on to the next comment. Thanks. Who was the last one? Roseanne. Thanks, Roseanne.
Here's Roseanne.
One club since 1888. Go home, your sums. Go home, your sums. Go home, your buns. Go home, superb St Mirren.
The St Mirren fans singing there. Go home. Yeah, you know what? Go home. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's they were just winding the Rangers supporters up, weren't they? After losing to St Mirren, they can do what they want. That's up to them. That's the St Mirren fans' prerogative. They can sing what they want, you know. But it was just a brilliant result, John. And then it just got just as good on Sunday there with them drawing against Motherwell. It could have been better, John. Though it could have been a lot better if the referees would have done their job.
It could have been, but it's only 1 point difference. It doesn't really make that much of a difference. So I'm happy with the draw. Take it all day.
Yeah. Okay. As am I. Yeah. 14
anyway,
points, John. We wouldn't have thought we'd been 14 points at this stage in the season, heading into January, would we?
Oh no, never. No, but after that draw with Tottenham Hotspur, tea ladies, this country was going mental, wasn't it? This Rangers team or something else. What a team this is. Bang, bang, bang. St Mirren, you know. Motherwell. Quality stuff.
Yeah, and a loss in a League Cup final as well to throw into the mix as well, John.
Exactly. Aye, that's a big one, isn't it? The Celtic winning the League Cup final. Aye, we can't forget that.
No.
So that's three games in a row. They've lost their heart a wee bit, Rangers. So it's all good going into Ibrox, but like I says, it's a whole different game at Ibrox, isn't it?
Yeah.
But in the same breath, Celtic seem to flourish at Ibrox with no fans. So there you go.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, brilliant. Just can't wait. I can say that a few times, but I can't wait till Thursday. I also can't wait to get it out the road as well, John, because another 2 home games after that, you know. Another chance to put more pressure on Rangers, you know. So bring it on. That's all I can say.
Aye. Worst case scenario, 11 points ahead. Sounds good,
11 points ahead. Worst case scenario, John, with 2 home games to come. So it's all good. But I think it'll be. Well, we'll get into that. We'll get into that, John, on Wednesday. But I think it'll be the one. I think it'll be 3 points for Celtic.
Anyway, thanks, One Club. Thanks for that.
Cheers, pal. Thanks for the comment.
Fat Boy 67 there, he's winning entry there, 4-0 to the boys with Kyogo to score. Well done, Fat Boy.
Yeah, well done, Fat Boy. Congratulations. 2 correct entries. Fat Boy's drawn out the hat, so well done to Fat Boy. And remember, get in touch, pal.
Aye. Facebook, Sander John page. Look it up. Send Sander a private message. Thanks, Fat Boy.
That's it. Cheers, Fat Boy, and congratulations, pal.
Anyway, moving on. Patrick McCauley thought 5-0 with Kilmac to score. Unlucky.
Yeah, very unlucky, and Kilmac never started, did he? So, close but no cigar.
Thanks for that, Patrick.
Yes, Patrick.
James Doran. James says, I agree with John and wouldn't take Tierney back, as he would only hold the team back with his injury. And my score prediction is 3-0 to Celtic and Duracell Boy to score. Unlucky, James. It was just the scoreline picture there. Duracell Boy did indeed score, but you were pipped by the scoreline.
I think James hits the bar a lot with this competition. He's been very unlucky. He's always been 1 goal out. You know, he's always been the same. Just keep entering, James. Your day will come, pal.
James has won a couple of prizes, Sander, in the past.
Aye, it's a wee while ago, John, wasn't it? But he keeps hitting the bar now, John. But he will get there. He's very close. His guesses are always close. He gets the correct goal scorer, but just he's always 1 goal out. Same as various other people as well. But I don't think James has won in a wee while, John. So he's keep them coming in, pal. Keep your guesses coming in.
Aye, he was going on about no taking Tierney back. Agreeing with me, I wouldn't have touched Tierney with a bar's pole, Sander. But I was just looking at somebody else's comment. Martin Nickel. Martin says he would take Tierney back in a heartbeat.
Well, thousands of Celtic fans would, John. So it's various different opinions into it. Some people want them, some people don't. It's just all your personal opinion into it. But no, it's not going to happen anyway. So to me, it's pointless talking about it because he's not going to be a Celtic player.
UD thinks that Kieran Tierney's got legs as strong as a soggy Kit Kat.
Well, you can only hope for Tierney, Kieran's own personal, career, John, that he's past his injuries, because he has been playing recently the last couple of months and he's not picked up any injuries. So for him personally, John, we just hope that he's past the worst of his injuries.
I was watching Tierney playing for Scotland at Hampden not that long ago, and it's something completely stupid that he done. It wasn't even a bad tackle, right? And he kicked the ground or something like that. And I thought right away, he's going off. I guarantee you he's going off after that. And off he went, and he was out for 2 months. That's how injury prone Kieran Tierney is, Sanders. You've got to bear that in mind, Martin. He just kicked the ground and he was out for 2 months. So,
I said before, John, Celtic would need some sort. I know there's no guarantees with injuries, but they need some sort of guarantee that he's over the worst of his long-term injuries, John. That's what Celtic would need if they even were contemplating looking at signing Kieran Tierney.
I'm going to touch him with a bar's pole, Sander. That's just my take on it. Great player that he is. I'm no disputing that. Kieran Tierney's world class. I love him. Great player when his legs are working. But that besides, no, because of the injury woes that he's got, I wouldn't touch him. Simple as that.
Yep. Okay, John. Moving on. Who else have we got?
Just Martin. Nico finished off the comments with awesome result. Dundee United, St Mirren, Hibs, Celtic win, Hearts win. Let me read that again. Awesome result. Dundee United, St Mirren, Hibs, Celtic win, Hearts, Dundee United. That mob, sheep too. Awesome day. There you go. I'm only reading it as I see it, Sander.
The day was good results. It was, the only bad thing that happened, wasn't bad, was Aberdeen didn't put them to second. Aberdeen have just bottled it, really, let's be honest. Bottled it, bottle merchants. So the Rangers stay in second, going into the big game on Thursday, John. All right, Martin, thanks for your comments, pal. That was a few you left there, so thanks for that. Thanks to everybody for leaving your comments. Every comment is appreciated. We'll try and read out as many as we possibly can. Get over to Facebook, Xander John page. Have a wee look at what's going on over there. Plenty going on over there at the Celtic Forever podcast page. And thanks to everybody that views over there. Thanks to everybody that views on YouTube as well. The wee videos are doing not too bad, John, the wee shorts.
Aye, I watch all the wee short videos. The channel seems to be picking up a wee bit again, which is good for us.
Yeah, that's it, John. I've learned my lesson for the YouTube strike, so I know how to get around that now. So that everything should be okay with that. But okay, John, wee final sum up for you before we call it a day, buddy.
Well, I'm only going to sum up this in regards to what's coming up on Thursday. To be honest with you, I'm looking forward to it. I just can't wait for Thursday to come around. It's going to be a hard game against Rangers. We can sum up what's happened against Motherwell and St Johnstone. 2 great performances with weakened teams. Mm-hmm. So that's went for us. Rangers obviously dropping points in the last 2 games. That's went for us. But when it comes to Ibrox, it's a totally different thing, Xander. This is a big derby match. No Celtic fans. 50,000 screaming Rangers fans. It's going to be hell on earth. But Celtic seem to thrive on that, and the team that's going into the game on form. So, looking forward to
it. Yeah, you're getting build up going already, John. So, yeah, thanks for that, buddy. Okay, we'll get into more about that on Wednesday, folks. We'll do a Glasgow Derby special on Wednesday. So, get your notification bells turned on for that. Hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, hit the like button as well. We'll catch John on Wednesday. We'll catch all of you on Wednesday. Thanks for listening. Hail, hail for now, and see you all later.
See you later, Xander. Hail, hail, mate.
Hail, hail, John.